Hey guys, Toaster back. Got a quick review for the garage of the Cromwell B. And spoiler alert, I 3-marked this. And we're going to see a bunch of games that lead up to that and also the 3-mark game. So this tank, it has very little armor. It's very fast. It's got pretty good camo. And the gun is derpy at best. At range, if you aim, it's decent. If you circle stuff close up, it's decent. Other than that, it's kind of derpy. So on my crew skills, I have Brothers in Arms because it came with a Brothers in Arms crew when I bought this. It is a premium tank, tier 6 British medium. And Sixth Sense, of course, recon for the view range, jack of all trades, repairs and concealment. And all of my guys have repairs and concealment, snapshot, designated target, and then firefight. We're working on firefighting, basically. Smooth ride, anything to help with gun handling, off-road driving, clutch braking, which I don't think I really need. And then on my radio operator, I've got situational awareness for some more view range, and I've got firefighting and relaying, which I don't know why I have that. I think I ran out of stuff to do on that guy. First world problems, right? So safe stowage, which I'm not sure that I really need, but firefighting and adrenaline rush. So I've got a bunch of skills on these guys, almost a 6-kill crew, and this is my try-hard loadout. I run vents, I run optics, and I run a rammer, because you can't run vert stabs. My alternate loadout is using the improved rotation mechanism, which does help with gun handling, and then I've got a gun rammer and I've got binos, and so we're running a lot of gold and we're running food. And so we'll just go through some stats here. It's got fairly, it's got no armor, 64, 43, 32, and then 76 on the turret. You might bounce once in a while on the turret, but it's also very flat, so you don't bounce too much, right? It's just not that good at bouncing things. 23.62 specific power is really, really good, and that allows you to move pretty fast in this thing. 64 forward and 18 backward. And then the view range I've got is 485 or 465, pardon me. So that's nice. So what this tank is really good at is getting into a position early and holding that position, or playing light tank. It can actually play light tank quite well because it's got 34, almost 35% camo stationary, and 27 when you're moving is actually quite good. So let's go ahead and get into today's replay, and expect to see a few more on the channel, because that's where we're headed. If you have questions about the Cromwell, please do give me a comment, and I'd be happy to answer that. Thank you. Hey guys, Toaster back. We have an ace tanker today, and a spoiler alert, this is going to be my highest base XP that I've gotten this year. And we're in the Cromwell B, and we are trying to 3-mark it, as I said in my other video. And so we've got a couple of AFKers that we're going to just shoot at. Of course, no love, but that's okay. At least we lit them up, right? So we're giving our team information. When you're bottom tier, you don't have a huge responsibility in the game. So what you can do is kind of give information and try and get pot shots where you can. Just be support until there's a point in the game where you can flank people. And flank we are going to do. It's one of those things where we're able to get into a position that we can damage guys and make them make a decision to either face us or face the higher tier tanks, and they choose to face the higher tier tanks, much to their chagrin, because quite honestly, this thing you do not want to ignore, as you saw in the last game. So this is a spot skill goes to quite often. And we're just in a position where we can actually, you know, possibly see some bad guys, some reds, and maybe we'll get some damage. I don't know. But our Caliban's making a big move here, and as well he should, because they have nothing on this sniper area, so he can push that for free. Unfortunately, we do take a hit here, and we're kind of in one way we're in a poor position because we don't really have any support. But one thing you'll notice is everything has been spotted. Everything. So I can sit here for free and shoot at these guys that are on the hill because I know that everything's spotted. Now that T-3485 could come back here and he could become a problem, but you do have to take some risks in games, you know, and my calculated risk is that we're gonna take some shots on this ARL, right? He's a bottom tier tank and he's being too aggressive, and we're able to take him out. So now we just want to poke and see if we can get shots on any of these guys that are over on heavy side. And I should have taken that shot, but I did not. Probably wouldn't have pinned. We're using standard rounds. But at this point, I noticed that there's only a KV-13 and a T-25-2 on this side of the map. Now, I do not want to face that T-25-2 as we're going to run into the train, because I'm not paying attention to where I'm driving. I'm more paying attention to the map and where guys are at. So once this Shrek tank moves in, I know that this KV-13 is all alone, right? And so we're going to try and do the little circle action on him, and that's going to work fairly well. Now, because he's now got a situation where he's got a tier 7 tank destroyer behind him, and he's got another tier 7 tank destroyer in front of him, and so he's not going to pay attention to us, right? Which is fantastic. So, you know, that takes us up to 600 damage. We're happy with that. The T-3485M is somewhat isolated, but he does have help. But the next guy that I see that's fairly isolated is this Tier 6 EZ8, right? And so he's fired. What we're going to do is we're going to move in and we're going to try and distract, right? And put shots into him. So we're able to put a couple of shots into him. That takes us up to 1,000 damage. And we see this low in cap. Now, I kind of figure I might be able to bait a shot into my tracks with that low, and that's exactly what I do. And suddenly it's 11-4, and you go, how can this be your highest base XP game? You've got 900 damage, and there's, you know, 4 guys left. Well, our team gets a little too aggressive as we're just shooting the Shrek in the butt just for kicks. So, just having a little fun. So, because they've got a TS5, which is a very tough tank. They've got an Oni, which admittedly is not too tough as we barely make it around the corner. I should have handbrake turned there. They've got a low and almost a full health Tog. So we've loaded the gold because we know we're going to have to deal with the low. And he is fighting 3 guys. He's got the Shrek tank, he's got the Yak Panther, and he's got the Tier 7 T-25-2 that he's fighting. Now, we're going to be able to shoot him in the rear, and we set him on fire. So we took almost the entirety of that guy out, while this Tog has sat here and ignored us, right? So he does get a shot into us, whatever. We're able to get a final shot into him. And you notice that I went around the backside of him so that my friendly could shoot him at the same time. Because this game is now close. It's 13-10. They've got a TS5 and an Oni, right? And I kind of thought this Oni might not be looking at me, but unfortunately he was. So we're still firing gold rounds just because we're trying to 3 mark. I do not want to miss shots. and we're able to kind of juke this guy. That's the thing with these big stupid heavies, is if you're a long ways away from them, you can or if you're close to them, you can kind of juke their shots, right? And he just gives up on shooting us. We're lucky that our arty did not stun us to the point we were unable to continue and maneuver. So that's the danger with arty. So this TS5, he has 2 marks on his barrel, so he's a good player, but he is playing against a T28 and cannot afford to turn on me. And therefore, we're able to pick up our 5th kill for our 4,155 damage in this game. Let's look at the after action and see how we did this game. Well, of course, we got an ace tanker here, and we got an Oskin's medal, which is killing 3 enemy tanks or tank destroyers that are 1 tier higher than us, which we obviously did in this game. We ended up with 5 kills, 4,155 damage, and 2,000 base XP right on the nose. That's near my top base XP. That is getting up there. 42 shots, 38 hits, 31 pens, and 158 assists. You wouldn't expect a lot of assist on a city map like that, but we barely broke even because we fired a lot of gold. That happens sometimes when you are trying to 3-mark tanks, and we ended up with 5,400 experience. Appreciate you guys watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Tonester out.